E aí, medievalers de todo o Brasil que estão nos assistindo aqui no Portal Medieval, hoje estamos com o nosso ilustríssimo Igor Parfentev. Please say hello to our guys in Brazil.
Olá.
You've
Olá,
been a
Brasil.
little while in Mexico, so I think you can talk a little bit of Portuguese, Spanish, or something like that, right?
Some Spanish, but mostly about training, like "50 lagartijas, amigo."
Yeah, it's nice having you here and giving us a bit of your time. We know this is a very requested man, a very requested company, and a
My
much
pleasure.
requested fighter. So it's a pleasure being with you here. And I hope, I
It's
really
pleasure
hope.
for me.
Oh, thank you. And I hope we can have you here in Brazil next year.
I hope to.
We were talking about that, and we can make a competition. You can compare tequila to cachaça and tell us what is the strongest drink in America.
I'm not sure I want to, but I like different kind of spicy food, so I can compare this to Mexican, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I love when it's really hot, like burning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We can take you to Bahia. Bahia is a state, is a province in Brazil, and it's quite known about its pepper and spicy and etc. I think that it's, if there is a place that can compete with Mexico and Brazil, it is Bahia, and let's hope we can do this. So let's talk about we know better, that is HMB and bullhorn and fighting and all this kind of stuffs and toys we all enjoy. You can tell us about this experience you had in Mexico, like traveling and training and practicing and teaching some things to these guys, to these lovely guys from Mexico. What could you share with us online? If you have any hint, you have any tips, any advices you can give us from the best, or at least the kindest halberdier in the world to our Brazilian fighters.
To Mexico, I traveled for the first time 4 years ago, and it was after Battle of the Nations in Prague when I met the guys, and they invited me, and Raul Arevalo is a guy that is sponsoring and helping and moving Bullhorn movement in Mexico. He invited us, and my condition mostly is just to pay travel expenses for me and my wife, and I don't need money from coaching life. I love to do that. So we went there and spent around 1.5 to 2 months coaching guys, and went to tournament together. In a year later, we came back to do the same and traveled more. And again, after 1 year, and if you remember a tournament in Fresno, California.
Yes.
Yeah, we went there with Mexican team and took first place. But the trick was that the winning team should become like USA national team, like USA 2 or USA 3. So winner should be USA something.
Iron Phoenix or Order Draconis, one of these teams.
Yeah. So there was no top one team, but there were some fighters. But we won, and they was like confused. So who is USA 3 or 2? And Mexican were joking like, oh, California is Mexico. Historically, actually, yes. So
yeah,
it is pretty fun. And after a couple of years, Mexican team, as you remember, went to Preparem It was a big achievement for them. Obviously, they wasn't able to take a first three place because lack of experience, size, armor technologies, but they had enough passion to challenge the best worldwide fighters. And I'm proud that I took part in their journey to that event.
Just let me. Please go on.
Yeah, say.
I would just translate a little bit of that.
Yeah, of course.
And we keep talking about, because I see many a very big advance in their technique and in their fights, and I would like to talk about it too. So just let me talk about this first part firstly. Então, a gente estava conversando aqui com o Igor, ele começou a ir para o México lá em 2016, depois de conhecer o Raúl Arévalo, que é o capitão e o líder da equipe ACM do México, né? Em 2016 teve o torneio mundial lá na Croácia. Foi o primeiro torneio que tivemos um brasileiro também, o Flávio Lopes esteve lá, o nosso presidente atual da Liga Nacional. E a partir dali ele foi 3 vezes para o México. Ficou a primeira vez quase um ano, né? E eles só pagaram as passagens e a acomodação dele lá, e lá ele ficou treinando os caras. E a gente viu uma evolução muito grande nessa equipe, que participou do torneio na Califórnia em 2018, o iTalk, eu acho que é o nome do torneio. Não, Califórnia é torneio em Fresno, de toda forma, não lembro exatamente o nome do torneio. E lá eles ganharam dos melhores times dos Estados Unidos, inclusive o time que seria o time número 1, que era o Iron Phoenix ou o Ordo Dracones. Não estava completo, mas era parte do time. E o time mexicano ganhou, então foi um impacto assim, muito grande. E eles acabaram brincando aí com a questão da Califórnia, porque a Califórnia originalmente seria mexicana, né? Todo aquele território. Inclusive do Novo México, Texas, enfim, tem todo um conflito sobre isso no século XIX, mas não é a nossa parte falar sobre isso aqui. E depois foram para o World Prime em 2019. Então, teve uma evolução muito grande, muito perceptível nesse time com esse treinamento. Então, a gente vai falar um pouquinho mais sobre isso. Hello. So I told the guys about your...
Sorry, I have sound disappeared.
Okay.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Give me a sign if you hear me. Yeah, I didn't hear you.
Okay.
Okay, say something. Oh, yeah. Hello? I need to reconnect headphones. Sorry.
Ok. Então, enquanto isso, a gente continua falando sobre isso. Deixa eu dar um recado para ele aqui escrito, que ficaria melhor, para ele poder acompanhar. E aí, deixa eu até escrever aqui para ele.
I can throw a link for the video from this event. I have.
Oh, good. You can do it now?
Because I didn't have it public, so you can resend it public, and I will try to make a quick
all right.
sign up, so I can talk to chat too. Have you finished translation?
Yes.
Yeah, and what I learned from Mexican, and I learned from them a lot, it's how to party and how to have fun. They know how to do it, you know. I never seen such a great spirit and tradition of having fun. The Mexican, I think, is the Mexicans one of the most party nation in the world. I guess they so easy and so quick to just start some party like instantly, and it's really fun. After 3 years with the Mexican team, I was declined in Ukraine to fight for MCF national team because of political internal issues. It doesn't really matter. And I asked to Raúl to hire me officially so I can have a permanent visa and fight for Mexican team on MCF. So they did, and I fought, and I really hope to do it again. It's really cool. I love Mexican. Mexicans that are like my family. Like we spend so much time together, working hard. Some of trainings we did were like almost whole day in the armor, and a training ground takes around 20 to 30 minutes without stop, and you need to fight and get up as soon as you fall. You have a teammate and you need to protect him and help him to get up. You can't lay, you just need to survive 20 30 minutes, as much as possible kills and as less as possible death. So it teach you how to think, how to breathe, how to watch, how to protect, and all this kind of things. Yeah, this is fun video. I was sitting on the Hollywood Hills and making this edit. I have a photo when I sitting in Griffin Park, and on the background the Hollywood sign. Yeah.
Yeah, this is. You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. This is a tournament in California, 2018, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
2017.
2017. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see the tabards from ACM Mexico.
Yeah, it's awesome tabards. I like the size. You can hide everything.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah,
not historical armor is historical while it's invisible.
Yes, indeed. It's a great learning. It's a great learning for us.
What I learned from being a coach for a couple of years is the first thing I need to teach people is agility. Like our brain have a small bulb of liquid with a bulb of air, vestibular machine. I'm not sure if I say it right in English. So it's a computer inside our brain that counts every part of body, how it moves in 3 dimensions. Like, and as good this computer in your brain, as quick you can get any technical skills. So before I spent much time for training some tricks for physical training, but since I got the idea of balance, like technical skills requires agility. I learned from games like RPG games, I'm sure. Game development did good work with sorting things that you need to know and you need to have. You need to have a strength, obviously, health, agility, endurance, intelligence. Fighters need intelligence. But for me, the most important part of physical abilities is health and agility. Without the health, you can do nothing. And without agility, you're really useless because you can't execute any technical element. So my training now starts with progressions. Like if you imagine the tree of skills, like if you played World of Warcraft or some kind of these games, when you have the way of sword, like, or way of halberd, and you have a super extra skills when you have a last level and more basic skills. And I imagine my training methodology like this, like tree of skills, and each skill, it's a progression of exercises from more simple to more complex. And my rule is, if you can do something more simple, like split it for more simple moves, do it. And if you can do it even more simple, do it. And split to pieces and train all of them separately, and then connect and gather like like a tree. Like a Christmas tree, put the toys on it. And There is a guy, Mifune. He is a master of judo. 10 dan, but 10 dan he was when he was 50, and now he's around 100 years. And there is a video when he wrestled with 10 dan of judo, another guy. And this Mifune is very, very old grandpa, like 40 or 30 kilograms weight. And he wrestled with a guy like 80, 90 kilo, professional sportsman, judo master. And this guy tries to take him down, and Mifune just fly around like nothing and walk, but like this guy is making takedown, and Mifune just jump on his body and walk, and then jump on the floor and sweep the leg, and he's off. So what I want to say, Mifune says, when you get old, you won't have strength, you won't have health, you won't have speed. The only thing you will still have is techniques.
Indeed.
Every technique you learned will stay forever. And technique based on agility and balance. Since 15 years, I am a ski coach, and there is the same principle. So you can explain person whatever you want, but until he feel it, yeah, you say something and he feel how it should be, he won't do it. So my goal, like a coach, to make people feel the movement. And for this, it's like Bruce Lee said, like,
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of person who does 5,000 different hits. I am afraid of one who does 5,000 times the one of them. So
Yeah.
repeats and balance. And you wanted to say something? Ask.
No, finish that first.
Okay, so I choose the way I like choose the technique I want to show, and see the level of people I need to train, and then I start from the base, from the beginning of the tree with the progressions. Mostly, I recommend my students to use jump rope a lot. Because jump rope teach you how to connect legs and arms, and it gives insane amount of agility and endurance. Also, when you're just starting to do jump rope, you feel like all your muscles jumping on the body, and you like, it's like separate from you. After 1-2 weeks, you feel like all connected. Different kind of jump rope exercises. Actually, the basement for hitting techniques and walking techniques and changing battle stance techniques. The goal of jump rope exercise I give is 50 double unders in a row. So a person should make a 50 double jumps in a row. And it's like a CrossFit athlete level. And it's not that difficult with the speed rule, but requires some techniques and endurance, because you need to learn how to breathe while you do that. Because if you don't breathe, you just waste your energy. And walking, boxing run, it's martial art exercise when you running on one place and moving your hands like you hit. And the point is that your legs balancing your arms. And I use this exercise to explain how counterbalance works in Buhur sport. And when people learn boxing run on the different levels, we add the weapon into this formula. So, and we do the steps and runs forward and backward swinging weapons. And it allows people to move and hit at the same time without thinking how to step. Because what is Buhur sport? Buhur sport is about two things. It's grappling and the weapon damage. And the weapon damage is the weakest part for now, because really very few people in the world can put another people with hitting. Why? Because they don't know how to stand. They don't believe they can. If even they could kill someone, People do 2-3 hits, see it doesn't work, they stop hitting, they start grappling.
Yeah.
So
it's more
how
effective.
to make a damage. Gravity is your friend. It's a basement of everything. First, you need to stand really well to have a basement, like foundation. Yeah, to have a foundation for a good charge. Second is acceleration. You know, formula E equals mc2, where C is acceleration, and it's not like a 30% of E and 66 of acceleration. Yeah, like m. It's not like a 30% mass and the rest accelerations. It's way more acceleration and a little bit of mass, even heavy mass. Yeah, it doesn't really affect the power of the hit if you don't have acceleration. So when you get a position, everything you need is to accelerate the mass.
And there is once the distance is not that high and big, the acceleration is the most important part of this physical movement. Indeed, because it's a short distance. So the most fast you make, the most accelerated you make, the heavier is the impact. Indeed.
Yeah, and there is a couple of techniques of acceleration. It's long story. I will try to make it short. My idea is that every muscle can add some percent of acceleration, and we learn how to make make them separately and connect. And the most important part of connection between all the muscles and in general between the lower part and upper part of the body is your breathing. So you need to learn how to breathe properly. And when you do a hit, you need to exhale, like sha. And it's fun to yell when you hit, like yeah. It helps a lot. Really try it. It's fun. So when I train people, I build the basement of agility and breathing, and teach people how to walk and hit with the weapons, and teach them different kind of combos they need to do in a movement. For example, hit with a sword with a step, hit with a shield with a step, and whatever you need to do. In general, there is a goal. Yeah, you need to enter the distance, do something you need to do to put him down, to hit, to do takedown, and if it's not successful, to cut the distance, renew and go with another plan. So when we teach basic things and people can move and don't lose the legs, don't lose the balance, and they feel themselves, they learn how to build their own plans. Yeah, because every fighter has his own body weight advantages or size, weight, tricks, like crawl movements. So you need to plan step by step how to get closer, how to enter distance. Enter distance, not like just a jump, like jump a hug. It's in armor, it's not that sensitive as in different martial arts when you just jump on someone and he just put the fist in front of you like that's all. So you need to go close, then enter, then do something you want and exit. Or if like me, my movement is simple as hell. I'm a polearm fighter, and I have one trick that works in 80% of cases. I just go and start hitting people, and I hit hard as I can, and I try to cheat, to dodge, to not waste energy. So I try to hit more accurate. So I cheat the block, he dropped the shield, I hit another place. So I make a syncopa, pausa, and I hit. If person run from me, I chase and hit. If he fight me, I depends from a level of fighter, but mostly I try to not block because I have a really good armor. I try to catch the moment when he hits, so I can hit harder. And the only way I do different thing if someone charges me, and I do simple move. I just dive under the armpit, roll around. You saw this trick many times, probably even on this video I sent you. So if someone charge me, I do this trick, and if he don't fall, I have a distance again to attack, and mostly that's it. So that's a simple plan that still works. I have another tricks, but usually they not needed because this works. I want to teach this everyone, so people will know that there is something more. Not only two tricks. Like many top teams now just learn how to use the fence. They walk by the fence and do one movement, screw the head out, and that's it. Champions.
Yeah,
I said so much. You need to translate probably.
Yeah, but first I would like to consolidate a few things. we talked with a few fighters and a few captains in this series of interviews, starting with Sergei Ukolov and talking to Mexican captain, actual Mexican captain, and USA captain
Angelo?
Jeffrey Gannon. Sorry?
No, keep going.
Okay, and what Sergey and Jeffrey told, and you're telling us now, I can say that this basement technique, this how solid you are in your territory, and the balance you have to take in count to be in a good position, always in a good position, always moving in a good ground. It's the most important thing. So the balance and your ground, your basement. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
And the technique, something that Jeff told us is that if you can do it slow, you can do it fast. So, and you're saying that if you can do it simple, you can do it.
I like to say the drummers rule: as slow you do, as fast you can do.
Yeah, and so this is a very good important part, and a very important thing about technique, because you have to practice the movement itself to develop this situation of acceleration, the breathing in every step of this movement, how any muscle reacts when you are doing the movement to hit somebody or just to move around and stick to the ground. And I see that this is the perhaps I'm wrong, but I don't think so, because I'm listening to it from many experienced fighters, and this technique of learning the skill of the movement, the very basic principle of every movement you're doing when you're fighting, is one of the most important things, with balance, breathing, and agility, you're saying. So it's developing your technique of your movement, taking in consideration the breathing and the agility, not only the agility of the body, but the agility of the mind, you were telling. So you have a witty mind to the sport. You can deal with situations with those exercise you're mentioning in the beginning, that you were telling people to fall and get back and learn how to react in 20-30 minutes. So I'm trying to consolidate this whole knowledge to translate to the guys.
Yeah. One thing to add, while I remember, I had a coach. I used to study battle sambo. It's some mix of judo, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and it's like a mixed martial arts. designed for special forces some time ago, whatever. The coach said, like, while you just going to the trainings and do training stuff on the trainings only, you're wasting your time. When you start waking up, go to the mirror and do your stuff without waiting for someone, just living the fighter's life. Yeah, you wake up like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to swing weapon, I want to swing sword, until you start doing this permanently, like live this, like living the weapon you want to study, like living this way, it won't work. So just Buhurt is more than sport, it's a lifestyle. Yeah, you need to live this life and it will work for sure. And it doesn't really even matter from which side you start. When you live this life, you will have enough time to pass every step.
Yeah, when we talk about time to dedicate and develop something, I always remember the college moment when we didn't have time to anything, and I found out this solution, that is, you find out you have time when you don't have any time. Then you are forced to find time to do what you must. And if you are dedicated to do something, you're gonna find time to do that and to live that, and then get the whole experience that is bringing you to this new level of training, practicing, and living, and etc. So try to say a few things from that learning we had now to Portuguese. Então começamos a falar com alguns métodos, né? Que ele, quando esteve no México, colocava o pessoal para lutar de 20 a 30 minutos com armaduras, né? Isso é um treino de luta mesmo. E depois eu vou perguntar para ele o detalhe das armaduras ou não durante os treinos, porque é uma coisa que também temos visto bastante nas lives, sobre quando usar e quando não usar armadura, mas enfim, esses 20 a 30 minutos lutando ali, então o lutador caía, mas ele podia naquela situação voltar, porque era um treino, né? Mas para aprender justamente a saber se comportar dentro da lista, tomar decisões rápidas, proteger o seu companheiro, não cair, etc. E aí aquele tentava se obter um resultado de você derrubar mais pessoas e cair menos, como se fosse um Counter-Strike assim de rolando ali, nesse tipo de treinamento. E aí ele comentou bastante sobre as questões de agilidade, né? Agilidade corporal, que para ele recomenda muito o uso de exercício com corda, falou que é uma coisa muito interessante para você desenvolver agilidade física e também compreender o seu corpo como um todo, porque você coordena braço, perna, e também o pulo faz com que a sua musculatura e o seu corpo se entenda como uma peça única e não como uma coisa muito desconectada. Eu achei isso bem legal. E claro, fazer os exercícios, ele pegou a questão dos jogos de videogame, né, que você pode criar um personagem e desenvolver as perks, as habilidades e as técnicas que cada um tem ali, como se fosse uma árvore de tecnologias que você desenvolve. É a mesma coisa. Você começa praticando ali da base dessa árvore e vai evoluindo. Mas sempre o simples vai ser importante, né? Porque nesse esporte, os golpes, eles na verdade são muito simples. Eu acho que o Kolov também tinha falado sobre isso. Alguém perguntou quais são os golpes de alabarda que você conhece. Ele falou, bom, do lado e de cima. Não tem muita diferença. Então, assim, a questão é a simplicidade de fazer isso, utilizando toda a sua musculatura e a sua respiração a ponto de preservar a sua energia durante o combate e ainda assim conseguir aplicar uma energia legal no golpe para que ele tenha dano, né? Porque a maioria dos lutadores disse que não consegue. O Parfentev estava dizendo que eles não conseguem aplicar dano. E aí já vão para a técnica de agarrada. Então, como ele faz para aplicar dano e evitar tanto as agarradas, sendo ele um alabardeiro que mantém justamente a vantagem na distância para poder bater? É você ter esse controle de balanço, de equilíbrio, de respiração, de toda a sua técnica de movimento para aplicar aquele golpe e desferir ele com toda a sua força naquele momento, naquela oportunidade, né? E aí ele tem umas técnicas, ele vai batendo, às vezes ele disfarça que vai bater, faz uma jogada ali e procura uma brecha no adversário. Quando o adversário vem para cima dele, ele, como tem uma armadura boa, ele deixa o cara bater e pega a brecha do cara para devolver o golpe. Quando o cara vem para cima dele com um charge, ele se rola, né? Desvia, e tenta manter a distância para continuar batendo. Então, assim, às vezes a gente vê o treino, o pessoal repetindo o treino de movimento muito rápido. Isso talvez não te vá trazer o resultado eficiente. O que vai te trazer o resultado eficiente é saber aplicar o golpe da forma certa, da forma com bastante técnica e envolvendo toda a sua musculatura para desempenhar aquele golpe. Inclusive, eu vi na escola de HNB, tem algumas técnicas diferentes para treinar cada hora uma coisa, ou a agilidade, ou a força e a técnica e o impacto do golpe, consequentemente. So I think I could talk about everything, I think. And I would ask, in those moments of training,
sound.
No sound again. Parece que estamos sem som lá com ele. Bom, eu vou perguntar justamente a questão das armaduras, né? Sobre em que momento utilizar a armadura como método de treino e quanto não usar a armadura para evitar. Hello. We can hear you. Deixa eu escrever aqui.
I didn't have sound from you. I don't know why. I have sound from my PC.
Agora você ouve? Now you listen?
Oh.
Not listening.
I have your video. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry, I lost the sound.
Don't worry.
I don't know how to manage it. In which of those training moments you recommend to use armor? Okay, we can go that way. I hope the sound will be back.
Don't worry.
Imagine the process when you at the beginning learn basis like movement, then you learn combos like how to go to interaction, and when you can do this without armor. On this stage, I advise to try armor on. So like you did a movement without connection, like single movement. Then you did it with a hitter, like with the wheels. After that, you did it with the air or with a partner in a soft armor. So you did a contact and try it, and after you tried it with the soft armor or without armor, you wear armor and already practicing with armor on this combo. And that's how we trained before. Like we wear armor and we spent 1 hour trying different combos. For example, I go for the tournament, attack with my shield, his shield to open his block, make 2 hits, block counter attack, and go out. So I go in, I do this, I go out. He goes in, he does this, and goes out. And we repeat. It's the same principle in any martial art, I guess. When I did Muay Thai, we did the same with the boxing gloves. Like just go, pam pam, go out, go in, pam pam. So it's like a practicing and then sparring, of course, grappling, and like actually you can use armor on any stage, but before you try in armor, try without. Like if you tried some new takedown without armor, until you do it in armor many times, it won't work. So because the armor change every part of your body, like volume, weight, how sleep it is. So you need to have experience how to grab. For example, when you have a head grab, like you normally have a neck. In a helmet, you mostly don't have a neck, and you need to have really muscles to fix a head well, because it's sleepy. The helmet, like bassinet, made to sleep you away. Like that's how it works. I will try to no jumping rope with no jumping rope with armor. I want my sound back. What the hell?
Are
I
you
have sound on
listening?
the computer. I'm talking Portuguese. Okay.
Então falamos sobre as
Armor for
armaduras.
aerobic, true or myth? I don't think that for aerobic load you need armor. I read the scientists about the training of the heart and training of the breathing. One of the best. It's not about armor or not. Armor, it's joints and it's eating body resources if you use it regularly. Like for normal training, if you just use it for practicing some combos, it's okay. But if you use it 3 times a week, like just for running, it's useless and it harming your joints. Bicycle, try to storm the hill on the bicycle. It's the best training for cardio. Or jump rope, double unders, I don't know. Bohard have a quite specific timing of load, and you need to teach body how to work in this timing with the maximum efficiency and recover in the time you have. And we used to use the profile timing, like 3 minutes of work, 1 minute of rest, 3 minutes of work, 1 minute of rest, 3 or 5 minutes of work as the last round. And in general, it's 10 minutes in a 5 versus 5, and it's 3 rounds in the profile. So it's more or less works for all nominations. And we did, for example, 3 minutes of burpee. And you need to do first round some good count without stop. Next round, 2-3 burpees more than second. And third round, more than like every round you need to do more. And it works. Also, I have invented exercise I never found in another places. It's an excellent exercise for punchers. I call it bars jumps. Bars because bars, it's a snow leopard nickname in this region. Snow leopard is my spirit animal. That's why bars jumps. So the idea is that you're standing 1 or 1.5 meters from the wall, and you jump and push yourself from the wall like a cat. You just jump and push yourself, and when you touch the ground, you instantly jump back. So it looks like tick, tick, tick. Let me show you.
Vai mostrar essa técnica que deve explicando sobre.
This exercise is very exhausting. So,
falou que é um exercício bastante desgastante, né, físico, que você pula contra o muro e se empurra para trás, para então pular de volta.
When we do it on the training, people jump 3 minutes, and it's great pumping for triceps and for lower leg, for calves. And when someone stops, I walk with a wooden stick and hit us really hard, no mercy. And it works, you know. Usually someone tests and don't like it, and nobody stops. Of course, it depends from physical condition and from injuries or something like this. All people different, but if everybody works well in general, everybody can do it. Once we did this exercise in Mexico or in Spain, the guys did 3 rounds per 3 minutes, and the last round I said like, okay, last man standing. It's hell exercise. You can't imagine. The guys jumped 3rd round 35 minutes in a row. So wow. 3 minutes and 35 minutes, and 2 guys jumped this 35 minutes, and I asked them to stop because one of them had blood on the nipples because of t-shirt, and the blood was just flooding his shirt like crazy. Insane. Like, it's really useful. Also, we do this like 3 minutes work, 1 minute rest, 3 minutes work. You can mix this exercise, like 1 minute of burpee, 1 minute of bar jump, 1 minute of jump rope, 1 minute rest. And this timing works well for physical condition. You can speak Portuguese, and I will try to get sound. What if I try to reconnect to the chat? Will it work? I will try to reconnect.
Enquanto ele tenta se reconectar, eu virei para outra câmera aqui, na verdade é essa que está funcionando. A gente falou sobre treinar ou não treinar com armaduras, né? E ele disse para você primeiro aprender o movimento, a técnica e tudo mais, antes de pegar a armadura, né? Isso seria o ideal. Mas de toda forma, depois treinar essas técnicas, especialmente de derrubadas, de golpes, você tem um sparring para fazer isso, então 2 golpes um, 2 golpes outro, treinar com um parceiro para poder fazer isso, e você botar em prática o exercício com a armadura, a partir do momento que você aprendeu a fazer sem armadura. Mas, em geral, os exercícios aeróbicos, não. Talvez uma vez por semana, mas você faz algo como 3 vezes por semana. Exercícios aeróbicos, mesmo que sejam repetições de golpe, não vai ser muito útil e vai acabar... Hello?
Fixed.
Fixed. Vai acabar sendo desgastante, pode causar alguma lesão, etc. Então não é legal. Por exemplo, pular corda, correr, andar de bicicleta, todas essas coisas com armadura, não. Mesmo os burpees também não. Mas a prática das técnicas em si, especialmente com alguém que você possa aplicar a técnica junto, treinando junto mesmo, perto de uma lista, ou seja, um duelo, é legal. E ele falou para você condicionar o seu corpo a exercícios que estão dentro do tempo de combate, ou seja, para você ter esse timing. Então vamos ver um Profight, que você vai ter round de 3 minutos, que é o nível mais profissional, e agora o Profight é chamado de Alterance. Você faz um exercício, por exemplo, pula corda 3 minutos, né? Você descansa 1 minuto e meio, na verdade, de pausa de round, aí você faz 3 minutos de burpee, aí 1 minuto e meio de descanso, e aí 3 minutos desse exercício que ele acha o mais insano, que é o de você pular no muro, né, e se pressionar. Então você pula e pressiona com a mão, e ao mesmo tempo você incentiva o pulo de novo com a panturrilha. Então você fortalece ali o movimento da panturrilha e dos tríceps. E falou que esse negócio é essencial para depois você poder matar a galera com as alabardas e se mover bem dentro da lista de combate. So now you're listening well.
Sí, amigo.
Sí, muy bien. Buenísimo. Entonces, a ver si comprende bien el español. A ver, el próximo año esperamos verte en Brasil, ¿sí?
No.
I was kind of testing your Spanish.
I know. No.
Okay. When in doubt, you say no.
What I can add about armor training, the exercise I told you is like a mid-grinder, my favorite exercise. So when you enter the list, and you can be alone or you can be with a couple, like Bohort is a team sport. So it's good to start with at least 2 fighters. So your allies and everybody enemies. And this is good condition training because it turns you on in the way to think of armored people, because at the beginning you are a little bit rushed, like this panic, like I need to do something, like if you look at the top teams, they have no rush.
No,
they like walking and seeing and waiting for the mistake. I need to do something. I hit. Oh, I tired. I go grapple. Oh, I grapple. Oh, I'm down. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. I need to train more. Yeah, and this guy just was standing. You hit him a couple of times. He blocked. You went grapple. He put you down. Like, okay. So this mid-grinder, like 20 or 30 minutes in a row. And most of people surprised that they don't expect they can last that long. And a good thing is to learn to work in condition when your mind says I can't do it anymore. You're crazy. I'm dying. I'm gonna die. You won't gonna die. It's okay. And people in the other team probably feel the same or even worse. So the good thing is to learn how to work in this air condition when you're really exhausted, tired, but you just keep doing, and this is important. And the Midgrinder teach you how to think in that way, how to stand and how to watch your back and your ally back, and how to look for opportunities, because you don't need much power and techniques to put even top fighter on the ground if you do it quick and if you have a right position. The simplest way to take him down is to grab with a wooden shaft like mace or axe. That's why I advise maces to all newcomers, because you can grab them with 2 arms. You just go behind, put mace on his face, make it tight, and push with your ass his ass forward, like, and then just put it down. It takes a second, and if you do it quick, not possible to survive. Just 1 and 2, and if you know how to make it and you have some practice, it's the first movement I teach my newbies to do, because it's most easy frag ever for anyone. If you know how to make it, you already know this position. You're looking for this moment, and during 20 minutes you will have a lot of them, and you can practice. You can try to attack. So this, what I really recommend, is this long session with no rush, no need to kill super hard, or so. It's just like a sparring mode. When you do your work, you don't need even to have a hard hitting, like killing with a weapon. We usually have wooden weapons or steel weapons with a middle or light hitting, just to be annoying, like just to make him know I'm here. You're getting damage. You need to do something. You're getting damage. Yeah, it's your work. Like, keep working. Often I see people in a fight, guy running and make a really nice shot, and he is free. And this guy that got shot is damaged, and he needs 2-3 more shots to go down, and he knows about that. And this guy with a halberd, like, 1 shot, he didn't fall. 2nd shot, he didn't fall. Run away to go for another target. Didn't finish his work. But work like keep working, keep finish work, and situative awareness. Of course, you need to look around. But by the way, nice exercise for situative awareness is like you hit the wheels, and someone standing behind you and showing your fingers, and you hit 7, 5, 1, 1, 3, and then the same. You just count. So you need to learn how to recognize situation quickly. You need to have eyes on the
in the back.
On the back, yeah. You can translate while I didn't say more.
Okay. I was just complimenting from a martial perspective. Many times I'm just inside the list. I see the teams watching each other, getting closer slowly, and then suddenly, for no reason, you see many of them just running, and you just wonder why have why did it happen? They were in their territory, they had energy, they were okay, and then suddenly they're just falling because they took
I have an answer.
Decision.
People don't know what to do when someone is watching them. So I came to you, I see you watching me, and I don't know how to go and kill you while you're watching me, because I'm newbie. And like, I will go look for someone's back to push, because it's the only way I know to kill. That's why I give to all newbies 2-handed weapons, and I teach them for counterattack grapple exercise, like this one. I sent the video in the private chat with a training workshop, and there is a movement I am showing without armor, when I go in the armpit and roll around. It's the same movement. It's the movement I teach my newbies, and two-handed weapon techniques, and a spare weapon is a mace because you can grab it. So I teach my newbies how to kill from behind, how to dodge from a charge, and how to hit. So when my newbie comes to the enemy, an enemy watching him, he just start hitting, and he don't need to do anything else. So he watching around and hitting and hitting. Need to understand that it's a work, yeah. And there is a thing called team damage. So as much hits your team did successfully to another team, as much another team got damage, and their health points and armor is weaker next round. So if you wrestle or pushed someone and he died, he will rest, get up, and fight again. But if you put him down with damage, next round he will be damaged, and it's very useful. So just learn how to use your weapon, and you won't need to run away.
Just let me say that in português. A gente falou sobre essas técnicas de combate, né? De que se você muitas vezes não sabe o que fazer, a maioria das pessoas não sabe o que fazer quando entra no Burrute. Aí fica todo mundo se encarando, dá aquele nervosismo, você começa a correr para lá e para cá. E quando você percebe, você se colocou numa situação ruim, você perdeu o seu dia, você se colocou em risco que você não precisava, né? Então ele orienta os lutadores a praticar aquele exercício de você ter 20 a 30 minutos em duplas no Burrute, né? Pode fazer sozinho, mas é legal que seja em duplas para aprender a lutar com uma equipe. 20 a 30 minutos, mas andando devagar, sem uma correria, e tentando derrubar os adversários assim. Então você golpeia como se você estivesse chateando o cara ali, porque um golpe na cabeça da pessoa que está tomando o golpe eu tô aqui apanhando, tenho que tomar uma decisão, tenho que fazer uma atividade. E na hora que a pessoa pensa isso, às vezes ela te dá uma brecha. Muitas vezes ela te dá uma brecha, ela comete um erro, né? E aí é onde você consegue dar a entrada na derrubada. Ele explicou a derrubada muito simples, que ele agarra pela cabeça, geralmente com uma arma que tem uma haste curta, né, como um machado ou uma massa mesmo. Você consegue agarrar a cabeça ali da pessoa com as duas mãos, né, na madeira, e aí você faz o movimento da cintura para então poder derrubar ali. Ele falou que leva assim questão de 1 segundo para você derrubar a pessoa, se você já tem a técnica de encaixar isso corretamente. Então, a partir do momento que ele ensina essa técnica, ele põe essas duplas para fazer esse exercício de 20 a 30 minutos. Sim, você vai ficar exausto, mas ele também quer que você aprenda a que seu cérebro e seu corpo saibam reagir nesse momento de exaustão, né? E sem tomar decisões precipitadas. Porque você vai ver vários momentos na luta que lutadores inexperientes vão te dar essa brecha. E eu estava dizendo com o Marshall, isso é muito real. Eu tô numa luta, tô arbitrando um combate, e eu vejo que entram 5 caras de um lado, 5 caras de outro, em questão de 30 segundos, tá todo mundo correndo para lá e para cá, tentando pegar um ao outro de uma forma inovadora, que não vai rolar. E no final das contas, você vai ter uma luta ruim, de duas equipes que ainda não estão num alto nível, e vão ali ganhar no 2-1, 1-0, de uma forma bem cansativa e tudo mais. Ou, se for um time muito experiente, vai te derrubar muito rápido, né? E ele falou justamente porque, como você está lá, você tem que derrubar uma pessoa, e essa pessoa está te vendo, você tenta correr para lá e para cá para ver se você consegue pegar alguém pelas costas, né? Que isso facilitaria o trabalho, mas isso, na verdade, só acaba mostrando que são equipes ainda que precisam evoluir essa questão de técnica. Do contrário, você, como lutador, assim, você acaba pensando da seguinte forma: você entra, tá lá, precisa fazer alguma coisa, então você chega em alguém, dá 2 golpes, não faz nada, você não terminou o trabalho. Ele falou que terminar o trabalho também é importante, você tem que bater 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 vezes na pessoa, mas enfim, você bate lá 2 vezes num, corre, bate 2 em outro, bate 2 em outro, e fala, bom, agora eu tô cansado, o que eu vou fazer? Vou agarrar alguém. E aí você agarra alguém, tá cansado, provavelmente cai, e aí a sua conclusão é, preciso treinar mais. Mas na verdade você está fazendo tudo errado, então você precisa treinar diferente. Essa é uma grande questão a colocar. So I think we are getting with 1 hour of interview.
I'm okay. We can continue if you want. You have a very good memory.
Thank you. And so, what else can you share about that? If you're, or you'd
Uh,
like to talk about something else?
I want to advise to start buhurt with your health issues. Like, like in computer games, you can print body anatomy, like A2 or A1, and paint with a marker like yellow or red what you need to be fixed, and make a plan like of your health issues, because the most important thing, you can do buhurt without agility or without strength. You need just the armor and health to
Mm.
to fight, and the health is the most important you need to have. And everyone who wants to do this, watch your health. And health is not only medics, it's a way of life. It's your morning exercises, it's your attention to how you start training, how you move things in your house. Like, you don't lift a sofa without making a simple warming, like, uh, and equipment. Uh, I don't want it sound like I want to sell something, but the equipment is one of the most basic things, and one of the most important, and quality of equipment uh, gives you quality of experience you have from buhurt, and safety, of course. And you must not take any injuries at all, never, because every injury is for rest of your life. I don't say about bruises and stuff, like injuries are permanent. So you got one injury per year. After 10 years, you will have 10 injuries in the same
Mhm.
time. They will affect you more and more with age, but just don't take them. What I advise to my newbies, like, not advice, I demand. Most of new fighters don't have a good armor uh, because of money, because of time, because of 1 million reasons.
Mhm.
So I give them long weapons, really long, so they can move and fight on range. And when they get stuck under fire, I say them go down and don't hold it. You don't need it. You learn, you get experience. They catch you until you're just grappling. It's okay. When they start focusing you and looking for gaps,
Mhm.
uh, you don't need to prove anything.
Yeah.
Like, it's some people need them, it's their choice, but uh, my mission is to make everyone safe and entertained. So watch your health, watch your equipment. It's a very meditative process, and is a must. If you will be super agile and technically skilled and strong, but you want to have health, you won't have anything. You won't have fighting, because you just can't uh, watch your health and equipment.
Mhm.
Uh, hmm?
I would say that equipment. I'm not making an advertisement, but equipment is technology, and technology is verified. So if you're looking for Bohut technology,
Yeah, that
no, but
was an
you.
idea. Like, our credo, like, do buhurt. I wrote a post not that far time ago about the do in Western language, like in English, means action, like to do. And in Eastern, do means way, like
Mhm.
judo,
Judo.
aikido, karate do, buhur-do.
Mhm.
Any martial arts, any of martial art is the way. And way contain many, many, many steps. And as soon as you stop walking the way, you're not even standing, you're moving back. That's why buhur is a lifestyle. You need to live it daily. You need to wake up, Your buhurtist every day, not the only days you are on the list. The same with the choice of weapon. Like even the same axe can be different axes. You make a different shaft. It's longer, it's shorter, it has different shape. It have a pommel. It doesn't have a pommel. It have reinforcement. It doesn't have reinforcement. Like to change of length of the weapon, of the same weapon, changes weapon and style of fighting with it completely. Like the same with changing balance or the weight, you disappeared.
I have just someone.
I see you. So when you chose the weapon, play with it, not only on the trainings, like sitting in front of computer like 30-40 minutes, get up, take your axe and make some swings in the air. It works. When you do that for some time, at the beginning it's just cool. Yeah, you're sitting, and instead of just boring squatting or something like people used to do to warm up, you take axe and swing. It's cool. I learned a falchion technique when I have very slow computer and dial-up internet connection. When it was loading, I was taking a falchion and did the swings in the air, and it was loading all the time. So most of part of the day I was just sitting in front of computer and make a swings. Yeah. And after some, I was axe fighter, but I took the falchion really heavy, and in a couple of months we won eliminations to Ukrainian team. It was just many hours of exercising.
What do you recommend to practice this movement of striking, not only with sword but with a soft sword, perhaps?
I really recommend to practice movement with inertia and with a weight drop. It's better to show, but in general, you may disappear again. Like with a soft sword, it's a little bit different. It's more for fencing technique because you can't really hit hard. But what I can really recommend as a simple and effective exercise for damage power is a falchion hit to the laying wheel, like a sledgehammer. Sledgehammer is my favorite exercise, yeah? Hit, then step and hit. And I love technical hammer, like not when you lift it back, but when you just step aside and make it swing in the same line. So sledgehammer bones, you step aside and it flies around and then bones, and when it bones, when you hit, you accelerate it, exhale, and like add power of your legs. Yeah, you drop the gravity. So exercise for hitting power, it's like you drop the wheel on the ground, and then you imagine like your combination of many springs, like spring on spring. It's every joint is a spring, and you stretch all the springs up, and your elbow is behind you, yeah? And you inhale and stretch all your springs, and then exhale, squat, and make all the springs in the same time shorter, and hit the wheel. Inhale, and down, like inhale, and hit, and it works. Really must have a good warming of the wrists and joints before that kind of exercises. Warming is a must always, whatever you do. I did a mistake and I need to pay for that. I was too busy with camping stuff and didn't have enough time to do warming before a pro fight in France a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a quick warming, but I didn't warm up my wrist. And now I need to have a surgery because it's a little bit damaged and it doesn't. It just I can't fight with one-handed weapon with a right arm for now, since 2 years. Warming, it's everything. So in the fighting day, in the morning, long morning exercises, like 40 minutes, 1 hour, and at least 20-30 minutes before fight start. And if you calmed down after some rounds, and it long time ago, like you have like 1 hour rest after the fights, don't be lazy to make warming again, because people got even more injuries from not flexible body parts, like without warming, without enough training. They hurt themselves more than each other. Like the knees is a pain. Why? Because people don't warm them up, don't stretch them. Yeah, it's like knees are possible to stretch. Yeah, do this, the cow stretching when you sit on your heels and turn feet aside, like different kind of stretching and warming for the knees, for lower leg, for the feet. It's a must-do thing. And it's a good team meditation before the fight. Like personal meditation is get your equipment ready when you go to event. I put everything on the floor so I can see it and start glue the polyfoam on the armor, making stitches, clean some rust, and it takes like hours. And it's like, like you enchanting your armor for more protection. And this is actually what we do in Buhurtech. We try to enchant every toy. We have a rule: if you can do better, do. Don't ask if you should. Like, just do. Is it possible to make it better? Yes, do. And
in some way it is some kind of enchantment, because you are dedicating your thought and your time to pay attention in any detail. So this is bringing your energy to this moment. So it's some kind of enchantment indeed.
Yeah, it's a meditation too, an enchantment, of course. What I really recommend is to use plastic back protection without exclusions. Like even a good brigantine with large blades and a lot of polymer foam glued to the back, you can't dodge the poleaxe, it hurts. But a plastic back is a must. Like, I try it with it, I try it without. My fighters try it with and without. It's not an option to fight without.
Otherwise, you see a strike. I used to call it shutdown. When you just see usually regularly it's a pole arm hitting someone's back, and this guy just falls.
Yeah, and we are living in 21st century, and we should use different inventions people did, like boxing tapes. You reinforce your wrist and make it harder and give additional protection to your wrist just using elastic boxing tapes and the right way to rub them. It works. Also, compressive knee pads. Like, you can have a really good strong legs, but simple compressive knee pads, just a little bit hold your knee and the ligament even under the full articulated titanium legs. It works. It helps. It reduces wasting your resources, and it protects you from unnecessary damage in any way, by the weight, by the hitting. And these little things like a plastic back protection, taping techniques when you tape some injuries. This boxing tape you wrap on the wrists. This knee pads. This cock protection, lifting belt. You know, the belt people use for lifting weights, like I don't know, how to say it in English? This metal stick with the rings. Barbell?
I think it's barbell.
A bar. When you lift it, you have a thick leather belt to protect your waistline, like lower back. I use this belt for holding my legs, so it protects my lower back from additional weight and holds my leg on me, so double function. And these little modern tricks help you to survive. Also, using of rash guards and different kind of underwear that is making
you mean
cooling.
This belt to protect your spine?
Yes, I use it for holding my legs.
Same as motorbikers.
Motorbikers different. It's a lifting belt. It's leather belt that
I see. It's for powerlifting.
Yeah, powerlifting belt is my normal C belt for holding creases. No, for holding my legs. The rash guard and this cool max clothes you can wear, and that help you to control your temperature. It works too. If you weak to the temperatures, never leave your helmet under the sun. Always put it in the shadow. And there is one trick. Going out of the home, take from the fridge the ice gel. You know this ice gel? You can have some box if you are traveling by car and put it in the frozen place, in the freezer. Yeah, in the freezer. And when you're on the event, you can put one of plates between the liner and a helmet, so your helmet stay a little bit cooler than the environment, and it stays like that for a couple of hours. So 2-3 this gel things for a day, and you have a good air conditioning. and another tricks like that.
Yeah, just let me translate, because we have to speak about technology, health, exercises, warming up, and now some tips about protection. A gente estava conversando e falando sobre os detalhes, né? Não fazendo uma propaganda da Burtec, mas falando sobre a importância dos equipamentos serem de qualidade para que você não sofra muitas lesões, porque as lesões elas ficam para a sua vida. Então, se você se machucou, ele não está falando só de hematomas, está falando de lesões sérias que você pode ter com golpes ou com mau funcionamento de armadura. Então, é importante você ter uma armadura legal. Agora, se você não tem uma armadura legal, ele disse há milhões de motivos para isso, dinheiro, tempo, etc., não é um problema. A questão é que você tem que ter a noção disso e usar o quê? Uma arma longa, ou seja, uma alabarda, que vai te dar uma distância para você não ser tão golpeado. E a partir do momento que o cara está em cima de você e saiu da parte de grappling, né, de agarrar, de tentar te derrubar, e começou a procurar uma falha na sua armadura para te machucar, você não tem que provar nada para ninguém, então é o melhor momento para você abaixar ali e aceitar que perdeu aquele round e depois levantar e continuar. Pelo menos você vai lutar por muito mais tempo assim, até você ter uma armadura que te proteja disso. Então, a armadura é importante. Ele até falou mais cedo que, pelo fato de ter uma armadura de alta qualidade, isso faz com que ele consiga tomar algumas pancadas para poder reagir, né? Para poder dar um contragolpe legal. Então, isso é importante. E aí falou sobre essa questão, porque a sua saúde, né, a saúde corporal, ela é fundamental para você ter um bom rendimento. Então, não adianta você se lesionar. Falou para você imprimir ali um módulo de corpo e anotar ali seus músculos que você precisa evoluir e tratá-los ali como se eles fossem, cada músculo, uma cordinha, né, que puxa um movimento unicamente quando você está praticando. Porque aí estou emendando aqui com a parte da prática do golpe, e ele disse que você pode usar uma arma assim, do tamanho, do peso aproximado de uma arma de verdade, que se usa no esporte, para praticar um movimento um pouco mais lento, em que você inala, ergue o golpe, né? Usa o seu corpo como se fosse várias cordinhas ali e desce com esse momento com um golpe, colocando toda a sua respiração para fora. E repete isso de um lado, de outro, bem devagar, faz o movimento, entende o que você está fazendo e então entrega esse movimento com a arma, para então você conseguir desenvolver aquela técnica de saber bater bem e atingir uma perfeição nesse movimento. Porque técnica é tudo. Como a gente estava falando, tecnologia é a coisa mais importante para o combate. E Buhut é um combate, então não tem jeito. Aí falamos sobre esse aspecto do praticar o Buhut, que aqui no ocidental, na língua inglesa, na alemã e tudo mais, o do ou suas variações tem um aspecto de ser um verbo, que é fazer, né? Enquanto que para o lado oriental, o do tem o sentido de caminho, como é no karatê, como é no bushido, como é todos têm e também para eles tem isso, né? Então o do Buhut não é só faça Buhut, mas entenda esse caminho e que tem vários passos para serem praticados para se chegar ao nível de excelência. Então entenda onde você está, compreenda onde você está e pratique esse treinamento desde o início para que você atinja ali no final um caminho completo, um caminho perfeito de técnica e de resultado, né? E aí entra um aspecto muito importante que é o aquecimento. Você não pode, o aquecimento é necessário em cada esporte. Ele falou que teve na França lutando há alguns anos e tem uma lesão no punho, né, no giro do punho, justamente por não ter se aquecido corretamente, porque ficou na correria lá e não se aqueceu. E agora ele tem que fazer uma cirurgia ao invés porque não fez o aquecimento. Então, aquecimento é uma necessidade, uma coisa importante, fazer sempre 20, 30 minutos antes do combate, dos treinos, tudo mais. Aquecer é fundamental para tudo. E aí falou sobre a proteção. Então, você ter proteções que você pode usar sob a armadura, como a proteção de costas, reforça o seu punho com atadura, com bandagem, né? Tudo que não vai ficar visível é válido, né? Você tem que usar o que é histórico dentro do visível. O que não está visível, ok. Tem até alguns tabardos que servem para isso. A gente falou isso no começo da live. O tabardo da Companhia Vermelha, tabardo do ACM México, que é igual da Companhia Vermelha, é justamente um tabardo grande, né? E permite que você esconda ali algumas imperfeições. E não como Marshall, aí eu vou procurar essas falhas, mas você pode tentar iludir a gente utilizando um tabardo assim, ou pelo menos justificar que não está visível. E aí a gente vai considerar isso com os oficiais de autenticidade no torneio. Mas geralmente, para Boot Challenger, até um Boot Open, isso vai ser bem aceitável, desde que você tenha elementos de metal, lógico, e tenha algum nível de historicidade ali. Eu acho que era isso que falamos. I see there is a question from... Among many weapons, why have you chosen the halberd, the polearm? It was something like, I didn't choose it, it chose me? Or you just try to adapt to other weapons before that?
I do this sport since 2000, so it's 20 years.
20 years, yeah.
Yeah, I started when I was 13, now I'm 33. And I'm good with all weapons, honestly. But I was looking for more damage. And
nasty boy.
Yeah, like I learned that armor become better and better, and to kick out really top team, like top fighters, almost impossible with one-handed weapon. Mm-hmm. And I used to fight with one-handed weapon in tournaments, like in duels. But in Puhurt, I use mostly two-handed because you always can switch to one-handed. I always have a spare weapon with me, always. You won't see me on the list without spare weapon. Sometimes even with two. For example, sword on the left right side, so I can easily sword is most fast thing to switch, and on the right side mace. And I learned that after the California challenge, the guys from Iron Phoenix didn't give me ability to change my weapon, just holding it, and then he took it from me and hit me with my weapon, and I took his weapon. So we switched weapons. He took my spare weapon, and I took his primary weapon. And I learned that sometimes you stand and people see you without weapon and they don't give you to take yours. So you need to have a second one from another side. And sometimes there is a situation like you see the good position to fast take down, but you can do it with a sword because you can grab the sword. In this way, it's good to have a mace on the other side. I can say I am using only one halberd or one poleaxe. I have around 30 personal toys, and we do them so different. I think for now, Buhurtag have a biggest choice of Buhurt weapons worldwide, like 100 different types of halberds and poleaxes and polearms and everything. And I love to test them, to write about them. I'm trying different weapons all the time, and usually I don't take only one weapon to event. I take all of them. It's weird, like, teammates going to the list with one weapon, and I go with 2 ski bags full of iron. Like, Igor, can I take your toy? Yes, of course. Wanna test new one? Yes. This is with these pipes and this shit. Like, yeah, I want it. It's cool.
I remember the polearm Ukrainian fighter in last Battle of the Nations. I don't remember his name. Perhaps you know him. And I think he was second place in last Battle of the Nations. And the joy he felt when he was striking someone with his polearm, his halberd, was something incredible, because every strike he could listen to his opponent saying some kind of ouch. He just left in return. So as I was there counting points, it was a bit funny because you just seen it, blah, and then ouch, and then ha ha ha.
Was very weird when America took part in Battle of the Nations in Poland. It was, I guess, for the first time. They were so weird. When we hit them, they do like you okay? Yeah. And it was so weird. It was like full list of sounds, like ooh,
Yeah.
When I just started my axe way, it started with a Dan Axe 120. I will send you videos later of my profile with that axe. I will do it right now. And
in the meanwhile, I'll translate the answer to about polearm, right?
Like I'm saying, I want to finish.
Okay.
Story about axe. I was hitting people, and they were falling too easy, and sometimes making horrible sounds, and sometimes not making sounds and not moving. And at the beginning, I was like, "Oh my god, he's dying!" Like, after some time, I was like more adapted. Like, are you okay? Like, I was worried. I still worry. Like, I was feeling shame. Like, I felt shame. Like, oh my god, I hit him and he fell. But after some time, I realized that people came there to do this, and some of them even like it. Like, and you knock him out, and he's laying like, "Are you okay now, medic? You okay? No, but I like it. Everything fine, Igor." Like, and now I love it. Like on the Battle of the Nations 2019, there is a guy from Israel. It's on the video of 12 versus 12. Kirusha. I hit him in the back, and he fell on the ground, and like And I come to him after the fight and ask, "Are you okay?" He say, "Oh, it hurts so much. Is that you?" "Yeah, I owe you a chocolate." And he brought me chocolate next day. And
Yeah.
one more story. I had a team, a Shahrukh clan. It was my team for many years. And when I changed a team, I stood the fight against them, and I fought in front of my very best friend. And how you treat your best friend? You hit him hard.
Yeah.
And the way we were walking, me with halberd and he with halberd, and I had a shieldman and he had a shieldman. So our shieldmen engaged each other, and my friend tried to hit my shieldman, and I waited for that moment. And when he hit, I did 3 steps and 3 hits in a row. Chop, chop,
Wow.
chop. One hit was in his wing, like back of the shoulder, and 2 hits on the head, and third, like last hit was he was already falling, but I tried to stop it, but didn't stop it. So he bite his tongue, like pierced it, and his arm wasn't working anymore, and he couldn't breathe. And I come to him, "How do you like it?" And "I don't like it." You motherfucker, I don't like it. And after that, whole team was blaming me because this guy is a brand chief. He is a cook. He's cooking amazing thing, and he used to cook sheep on the fire with lots of vegetables, and he couldn't because he was damaged. Yeah, and everybody, "No, we're hungry." What did you do? You killed our chief.
That's how you get stabbed by night.
Okay, please translate.
When it's night, someone goes to your tent and just stab you because you killed the cooker.
Yeah.
Ele disse que ele sempre gostou de todas as armas, falou que ele se dá bem com todas elas e tal, mas a alabarda foi pelo fato de que ela causa mais dano. Então, e ele procurava causar mais dano, e aí tem várias histórias engraçadas sobre isso, né? O lutador de Israel, que ele deu uma pancada nas costas do cara, e ele caiu lá com um gemido de dor, assim, e depois ele foi perguntar, "Tá tudo bem?" Ele falou, "Foi você?" "Foi." "Ah, então tá bom, te devo um chocolate", né? E aí ele foi lá e realmente levou para o Igor um chocolate e tal. E aí tem essa história com o melhor amigo também, que eles lutaram juntos muito tempo no mesmo time, e aí pegaram um torneio lá que eles estavam em times diferentes, e eles estavam com uma armadura específica e uma proteção específica, e ele foi para bater nessa proteção. Ele esperou isso justamente porque ele já comentou sobre isso no começo da live, né? Que por ter uma armadura e uma defesa bacana, assim, ele espera o cara bater para dar a brecha para ele devolver. Então ele foi e deu uma alabardada que pegou aqui no ossinho, aqui na asa do ombro direito, né? E aí o cara começou a cair, ele deu 3 alabardadas. Então a segunda e a terceira já atingiram na cabeça, e o cara não conseguia mais mexer o braço, não conseguia respirar. E ele falou, como é que foi isso? Ele falou, foi péssimo, não corri, não sei o que lá. E além disso, o cara é o cozinheiro do time, ele faz ovelha, faz cozidos, faz essas coisas. Daí o pessoal do time ficou, todos os outros lutadores ficaram com raiva dele porque ele derrubou o cozinheiro. Então foi uma coisa bem peculiar, né? We have a question from a few Brazilian fighters. One of them is asking if we are having Buhurtek tent in the next Battle of the Nations. I think we're having.
I hope so. I don't know how HMBA will act, but I hope it will be there.
You try.
We'll try to negotiate about this option.
I think it's going to be okay.
I hope so.
And yeah, I think so. And Rodrigo Alvarez, it's also a Brazilian fighter. He's saying you best regards, asking you to come to Brazil.
Yeah, I see. I will try, Rodrigo.
Well, I I have to thank you so much for your time, for your consideration, for your teaching to our friends in Brazil, and it was a great pleasure talking to you.
To give couple of advices, if you don't mind.
Of course, please.
I did many advices, but these ones are really important.
Okay, we need all advices you have.
You will spend whole night with me then. The first of all is main. What I learned is to enjoy the fight. If you have another motivation except enjoying the fight, it could be, but enjoy the fight should be the main one. I saw many teams that have a motivation of winning. One day they start losing, and if they have only winning motivation, they leave the sport. But I saw many people that just enjoying the fight, and they become best and keep enjoying the fight without necessary to prove someone, because Bahor is love, everybody know. And
let me translate this one first. Ele disse para você curtir a luta, né? Porque isso é uma coisa mais importante que te mantém no esporte. Então, curtir isso, viver o esporte. O Bahor é amor, né? Bahor is love. Porque se sua motivação é só ganhar, a partir do momento em que você deixa de ganhar, você pode deixar o esporte. Então, é para aproveitar o que o esporte tem a oferecer, ganhando ou perdendo, curtindo o esporte. Please go on.
And a second, opinions about that could be different, but my way is to go fight everywhere possible and use every fight as the training for the next one, because the fight on the list is the best training you can get, like sparring training with different partners. You can practice, you can breathe, you can watch. Always go fight for the process, and as more you enjoy the process and watch it, as better and quicker you learn. Translate.
Yeah, I have a question about that before telling it in Portuguese. I wonder, you have some, in Ukraine, you have a big Bahor movement, many fighters, etc. Right?
Not really big. It was bigger some years ago. Now it like in stagnation, what is this? It's like it gets weaker, and the old fighters leaving the sport because of families, because of age, and not much new fighters, because no gyms, critical situation in the government and economy, and COVID things. So it's hard times for movement in Ukraine. But your question was in?
And my question is, I wonder, there are some teams and fighters that sometimes don't like each other. They are not best friends. I wonder they exist in Ukraine. But even in this situation, you recommend people to go to tournaments, to fight each other, to learn the best they can, instead of, I don't like this guy, so I'm not fighting this tournament.
It doesn't matter like you like this guy or not. If you don't like it, kick his ass. If you like it, kick his ass. If you like him. In Ukraine, I don't think there is a war between the teams. More, I think it's some conflict between the personalities. But in general, there is no such thing like this team is bad. Like, I don't think it exists in Ukraine. But political issues are very complex, and they are not doing good background for the sport in Ukraine for now. But things changing, we'll see. It's the way, and you can learn if it's good or not after you did some distance. But like there is a team ainda that is like separated from other movement in Ukraine, and it's a closed system. They fight themselves. They train by themselves. They had hunting other fighters. It's a very strong team, and I think the best fighter in Ukraine is Ainda, Vladimir Nechaparenko. He's a really talented and very inspired fighter. He's the most dangerous fighter in Ukraine. And but they fight each other, and they don't really go to other events, and all the people of the rest of the movement, most of them, don't go to Ainda events. So it's like a two parallel universes. They don't cross. And I thought it's bad, but Ainda actually does good work with bringing new people into the sport. And they have really a lot of people doing soft fighting, and many clubs in different cities. So I think sport will grow thanks of them. And the rest of team are reorganizing, going one team to another, and we are waiting when Ainda come to the event, and we're gonna fight. I think it's gonna happen for sure.
Yeah,
we meet not in Ukraine. We meet in Europe and events with Ainda.
Yeah,
we go to Germany to fight with Ukraine.
I'm asking that because, of course, I see this in many countries. There are some particular problems with personalities. It happens. It not just happened in Brazil, nor in Mexico or in Ukraine. It happens everywhere. But I think, and I think we have same opinion about that. You don't let personal issue, personal conflict to interfere in that. So go to tournaments, fight each other. You find out you have something in common, even if this something in common is the will to hit each other. So that's
on
that's
the
what
list. Nothing matters inside this magical wooden fence. Nothing is important except how ready you are. So like you can think whatever you want, but you can't lie on the list. It doesn't have words.
Yeah. So just saying in Portuguese, ele disse para você ir aos torneios, né? E frequentar e lutar, porque essa é a melhor forma de você aprender. E independentemente de você ter amigos ou inimizades ou problemas pessoais, vá aos torneios, nem que seja... Se você não gosta das pessoas, vai lá e bata nelas. Se você gosta das pessoas, vá lá e bata nelas da mesma forma. Porque essa é dentro da lista mágica ali, nada mais importa a não ser o bullshit que está acontecendo. You have any final advice for this night?
Do buhurt.
Do buhurt. Do buhurt do.
Yeah, this is actually advice I write in every post I do, like call to action. This is the way. Do buhurt. You don't know what to do? Do buhurt. You can do buhurt in many ways. You can pray like doing push-ups. You pray to buhurt gods doing push-ups, like swinging weapons, making your arm more, looking for sources, talking to the newbies. It's millions of ways to do buhurt, but doing this will make it bigger, and as bigger it is, as stronger we are, because buhurt is a community. Go find and make friends and do buhurt, and this is the best thing I experienced in my life. I love it.
Então, o conselho final é faça bullshit, seja indo nos torneios, seja conversando com as pessoas novas, seja comentando, seja comprando equipamento, seja vendendo equipamento, seja aprendendo sobre as regras, enfim. Você fazendo isso torna essa comunidade maior, e é uma comunidade muito legal, uma verdadeira família, né, que tem no mundo inteiro. I was telling that buhurt is a community that you just realize you have a family in more than 40 countries. That if you find someone that's practicing buhurt, is like this person is part of your family and closest related ones.
It's actually our
So
business model. We, at the beginning of Buhurtech, we decided that every fighter of Buhur Sport is our family member, and we must take care of his needs to make his more happy than he is. And it works like. And I learned that
yeah,
Buhur is the most like strong and friendly community many times. I have my car broken without me in the middle of Germany at night on the highway. And Julia and Christian Gall, Julia Neyman from Germany, they just leave the event, take 2 cars and drive to my guys from 100 kilometers away to pick them up and bring to event, and did some donation for car fixing. Turbine, engine of turbine died and needed to have a serious reparation. The same was when we robbed on the highway. People also just organize it and start some donation. Everybody writing, like it's all connected. The world is small, and Buhurt
yeah, I
world
remember that.
is small like a list. You can always find each other in one
Yeah,
move.
yeah, yeah.
So
So, Igor, thank you so much. You know, we love you here from Brazil, and
yeah, I love you
it was
too.
very kind of you being with us. And we don't have words to thank you. Just many things to learn and to improve. And I hope we meet each other soon.
Yeah, I
And I
hope.
really hope we can bring you to Brazil.
Actually, this plan is existing far time ago. I talked with Argentinian Jesus Marcos Villani, and he told
Mhm.
that they want to bring me to Argentina too.
Perfect.
And I thought it could be nice to connect this, to share expenses and stuff. Locally, I won't need money, just need a place to sleep and eat. And the most expensive part is the tickets. And I can
Mhm.
come for some time to stay and to do regular training, to do workshops, to travel between different teams, to visit some event. I have many
Let's
things
make it
to
happen.
show. Let's do it.
Let's make it happen. I'm talking to Vishani as soon as I can, and I'll tell him that we are in the same mood, and let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Let's put in practice all in 2021 all we couldn't do in 2020 with double effort.
Yeah.
So I we are reaching 2 hours, and unfortunately I really have to end this.
Thank you very
I hope
much
we can.
for this
I
conversation.
thank you so much. It was very very good being here with you, and thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
your time. I used to say that time is the most valuable thing one can give to each other, because you can do anything with time, and you chose to be here with us. So, já foi, né? Mas estava fazendo uma declaração de amor. Mas é isso, galera. Super simpático, né? A gente estava programado para ter 1 hora de live e ele se dispôs a ficar muito mais, então foi muito legal. E agradeço vocês aí também que acompanharam, especialmente aos nossos apoiadores, o Mercado Viking, a Mercante Medieval, o Hidromel Midwine, a Dark Medieval, a Leão e Lebre, Nodati Crafts e todos que estão por aí. Então, o Igor também tem um canal, né, no YouTube, é Bohurt Tech, e se você quiser acompanhar.
I'm sorry.
I was making my love declaration and you just left.
I'm sorry. I'm not by purpose.
Don't worry, don't worry. I was just saying that time is the most valuable thing one can give to each other. So you spending your time here with us is a gift, and we thank you so much for that.
My pleasure.
So I was talking about your Buhurt Tech YouTube channel, and if you want to do that, if you want to talk about that, you'd be much better than me. So tell us about Buhurt Tech.
For now, we're posting there mostly footage from fighting and edits, but now we filmed exercises, like around 80 different kind of swinging techniques people can do just having a weapon. And it's on final stage of editing, so I will post this training soon, and I hope it will help people to get better kicking ass of each other.
Então agora o canal da Burstech também vai ter treinos, então se você quiser conhecer e saber mais, vale a pena dar uma olhada no canal do Igor, que tem bastante conteúdo, não só das lutas, como de treinos que ele está compartilhando aí com o pessoal. So, this is it. So give us your goodbye and best regards and wishes.
Thank you, Brazil. I really felt connected to other side of the world, and it's my pleasure to be able to share with you things that I am attracted to and things that I love. And I hope to see you all on the list as soon as possible. And I wish to come to your beautiful country one day to show you nice things and to see things you can show me. Goodbye.
Just a second.
You have muted your microphone.
Translating that. Oi, voltei. Ele deixou o nosso Espera Vir Aqui ao Brasil, um país que ele admira, que ele gosta muito. E muito bom estar conectado aí do outro lado do mundo. Tenham beijos e desejos todos maravilhosos aí para nós. And we wish you the same. From my part, I would like to visit Ukraine as well. So I think many Brazilians have this desire. And I know one of them from the south, that has been in Ukraine last year. I think he's gone to IMCF and then to Ukraine. His name is Michel. I don't know if you met him.
I think I met him.
He's a huge country as well. So.
I was in MCF.
Yeah, he was there. A Brazilian guy in IMCF.
I'm sure we met. I'm sure we did.
Yeah, but it's just many.
I'm easy with faces, but hard with names.
Okay. Perhaps if you see him, you can recognize it. But sure. It's too much people we meet in 2 or 3 days, so it's hard to recall everyone.
Yeah,
it's very hard. But anyways, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Obrigado. And I really hope we can talk again and see you in Brazil very soon. So, é isso, pessoal. Obrigado aí pela companhia. E kisses, beijo.
Kisses and hugs.
Kisses and hugs. Você que gosta do projeto da Espada de Prata, pode ser um apoiador do projeto Patronos de Prata, em que a gente visita escolas e leva o esporte para comunidades. Então, apoia aí, qualquer valor é bem-vindo. It's a project where we collect donations to visit schools, and we take HMB Soft to these public schools that have no access to sport or culture. We have many visits of this. We make.
Really cool.
I can send you pictures and our website to see that. It's a beautiful work, and if people want to support that, this is the link. We have a few companies that support us with that, but every help is very welcome. So it's our final warning is always about this project. So this is it. Obrigado, pessoal. Thank you so much. Bye.
Obrigado.
See you in the list.
See you.